So you know how in the last episode I introduced you to the new squad, the new formation, however it would fit in? Well, one game into the season, I completely changed it. Yes, hello, welcome into Living Sports here for another episode of Glory Hunter. If you missed the last one, go and check it out. Transfer special, lots of new faces to introduce you to, so go and see if you haven't already. And if you're new around here, hit that subscribe button so you do not miss an episode. You can see from the screen in front of you, we played against Real Madrid, first game of the season. We lost 5-0. Now, to be fair, it was 5 goals in the space of 13 minutes. So you think, must have been a dodgy spell. No, that the stats were kind of there than what the game actually was. We didn't have anything in the game that we got to see anyway. We played absolutely rubbish, getting beaten 5-0 off Real Madrid. So I decided, let's just scrap this formation. The thing that worked so well for us last year. Let's just get rid of it. So we changed the formation to this 4-3-3. We're playing the Gegenpress. We won 7-0 against Red Star Belgrade. Now, I know what you're saying. It's Red Star Belgrade. They're not as good as Real Madrid, so you probably win the game anyway. But winning 7-0 was fairly impressive. Hat-trick for Vitas up front, a goal for Esposito, 2 for Zinchenko, and 1 for Berg. And Zinchenko having to move into midfield for this game. And the reason for that is because Lorenzo Pellegrini is out injured for the next 6 weeks. Brilliant. Bad star signing, you could almost say. And he's got himself out injured. So Zinchenko moved into the midfield because we have lots of cover at left back. So Zinchenko can also play midfield quite well. As you can see, he scored in 2 goals. And Manu Sanchez covered for him at left back. And it worked, as I say, quite well, to be honest. This formation here, we're playing... I'll go to the tactics screen and show you what we're playing. So this is the formation. This is the team we're going to have for the second leg against Red Star because we won the first one 7-0. So we're going to be rotated. But this is the formation that we're playing. And this is why the midfield, I think, is working so well. We've got Masala, an advanced playmaker on attack, so they're getting really far forward. We're playing with a half-back. Normally it's Foyt, and he just drops in between the 2 defenders. Basically, acts as 3 at the back, and the full-backs bomb on, and you've got inside, or inverted wingers, you say, up here, who come in field alongside or pressing forward up front. It works really well. Lots of bodies going forward. To be honest, probably a little bit open at the back, but we get forward and score goals. It's as simple as that, really. So that's why we ended up winning that game 7-0. And then we played a game against Espanyol where we won 3-1 using that formation. So until it fails, we're going to stick with it. So that's our new formation for the moment, the 4-3-3. Going with a Gegenpress, very high tempo, trying to get the ball back as quick as possible, win it up in high areas, high press. If the team can get through that press, they've got chances. But I like our keeper. Fair enough, we conceded 5 goals against Real Madrid, but I've liked our keeper. So as you can imagine, a win and a defeat leaves us mid-table in La Liga, but we'll worry about the league table in the future. Today we've got the second leg against Red Star. Rotated side, you'll get to see a lot of the faces that we signed or maybe our backup players, so you get kind of used to seeing what they look like and who they are. And then a tough game away at the Camp Nou against Barcelona, who also are struggling in La Liga with us. They've had a win and a loss also losing to Real Madrid. They only lost 1-0 in that game though, not 5-0. So in this game against Red Star Belgrade, this is a team we're going to go with. Jorgensen in goal, our backup keeper. He's not played at all for us, like at all last season he played, so he's playing a game today. Lacina, one of our young centre backs, or Lencina. I'm going to have to change his name because I keep calling him Lacina and that's not what his name is. There we go, we're just going to call him Darwin, I think. So Darwin alongside Vite at the back. Mattia Vite, the man we signed from Juventus. Mikovic, who we had from last year, centre back, can also play at right back. We signed him from Red Star actually, so we're going up against his old club. Centre back, defensive mid, can also play at right back, so he's playing at right back for us today. And Foulon, who we signed from Cagliari, at left back. Morlanes will cover in the defensive midfield role with Pacheco and Suarez ahead of him. Velasco gets a game on the right. Kostic, the old man of our signings, playing on the left-hand side today. And up front, it is Quinton. You can see from that hardly any of them have played for us, so this will be the first game. There are no goals at all in our starting 11. Let's see if we can get some in this game. Even if we lose, we're ahead 7-0 after the first leg. You don't imagine we'll lose by 8, do you? If that wasn't the curse of death, I do not know what would be. So first leg, obviously a dominant 7-0 victory. It means we can rotate this side in preparation for the game up against Barcelona at the weekend. Already 2 yellow cards early on and we haven't had a shot yet, which is not ideal. And we have not won that flick on. And Ivanic is through here. And what's he going to do? He plays the ball into the middle. He will. And they've nearly went up 1-0, but we've got rid of the ball just about. I know I'm playing a rotated side, but I did think we'd be starting the game a little bit better than this. We're already, I think, 4-0 up by this point in the first leg. Here we go. We have the ball now. What are we going to do? Kostic with it. Out to Foulon, who's on the overlap, and finds Kostic again. And he goes down this left-hand side. Can he get the ball in the middle? He tries. It comes straight off the defender, and he gets it back into Suarez and into Quinten, who heads it. Goal for Quinten. His first of the season. Remember, he played well toward the end of last year for us. I bet you he thought he was going to take over once we got rid of Moreno and Alcacer. He thought, I'll be the main man up front. But it has been Vita so far this season. But Quinten can make a name for himself here if he continues to score some goals for us. And he managed to rise up above the defenders there. He's a little bit smaller defender. I think he's 5'11", Quinten, if I remember rightly. But he still managed to get up and get a header. And it's 1-0 in this leg. Second half begins and there's a early highlight here. The ball launched long. And now Red Star have the ball. They switch over to Zivkovic. And he's got it back. And will he play it into the middle? He does. And we've just about defended. And it's behind for a corner. This is pretty frantic defending, I must say. It's not giving me a whole deal of confidence if we end up with a few injuries and have to play some of these backup players. As Jorgensen there punches the ball for some reason. And now Red Star have the ball on the edge of the box. And Bakayoko with it. And Radovic. And this highlight probably will peter out. But, yeah, the backup's not really doing themselves any favours in this game so far. And I was saying that highlight was going to peter out, so I wasn't talking. And Zivkovic has scored a goal here. I was about this stage I stopped talking to you. And Radovic had it, found Jasic, and literally just played it into Zivkovic, who comes inside Mikovic. And it's a goal. Mikovic not defending against his old team there. And it's 1-0. Not ideal. I'll say that. Ball all the way back with the Red Star keeper who launches it long, and that's what they're doing here. They're just going over the top, and we are not really defending particularly well. Bakayoko, back to Dejanek, and Ivanic with it. Forward to Jasic. No one's tracking the man, and he's nearly scored a goal. How about you mark your runners, boys? That would be very much appreciated here. Kostic with a free kick into the back post, and Darwin tucks it in, but is that going to be offside? No, it's not. Fine. Darwin gets his first goal in his first start here into the back post. Nice finish from the young Uruguayan. It looked like he might be offside. How close is this? That's fairly tight, but we'll take it. Up 9-1 on aggregate. Can we get to double figures in aggregate? That would be pretty good if we could. But it's a game that we've not dominated, actually. You can see the expected goals very much in the favour of Red Star. But we come forward here to Suarez down this right-hand side. Can he get the ball into the middle? He tries into Quinten. Another header for Quinten. He's second of the game. And that is us with 10 goals now over the 2 legs. 3-1. Our backups turning the game around here after we were playing fairly poorly. A couple of goals. Puts us 3-1 ahead on the night. There's another nice headed goal from Quinten there. Rising above a defender who's taller than him. And Suarez has the ball in the midfield here again. He's playing pretty well, Suarez, today. As Kostic goes down this left-hand side. Plays it back to Foulon. And into Viti. You can see how the defensive midfielder just sits in between the two defenders there and lets the rest of the midfielders go and play, as Velasco had a ball there, had a shot that came off the crossbar. You can see, I say, just letting that defensive midfielder drops in between the two centre-backs. The two full-backs bomb on out wide, and then there's 5 players in the middle, or 2 wingers who are inverted wingers, the 2 central midfielders and the striker overloading in the middle there. It works pretty well, to be honest. Defensively, I'm not quite sure how solid we are, because they seem to be able to get the ball over the top quite comfortably. But if we go and score the goals when we do, like we have, I will happily take that. And we've won the game 3-1, 10-1 in aggregate, and then we'll hopefully in the next couple of days get to see the draw for the group stage of the Conference League. But if that tie is anything to go by, I think we're going to get out the group comfortably. It's the sort of thing we could maybe be playing our backups in as well. But we'll see who we draw in the group, and then we'll have the game against Barcelona. So here we go. It is the Conference League group stage draw. We are one of the teams as a first seed. I don't know if you can quite see that below me there. You can't. But Tottenham are ranked 100 points. We are 80, and then Rapid Vienna there's on 28. Quite comfortably, ourselves and Tottenham are the two best teams in this competition. Hibs are one of the top second seeds. It drops down pretty low after that. Yeah, this should be fairly comfortable for us. You see, we've been drawn out into Group D there. I'll just let the automatic draw take control for the rest of it to see who we get as our second seed. It's going to be Maccabi Haifa there from Israel. Missed out on teams like Stuttgart and Hibs, who are probably a little bit tougher for us. And the rest of the teams that are going to be in this group are not going to be that great either, to be honest. Let's see who we get as our third seed. We've missed out on Utrecht, and it's Valur there from Iceland. Again, I feel as if I could probably put my backups in this competition, and we're going to comfortably get through as the last seeds come into this group stage. Missed out on Minsk, we've missed out on Aberdeen, but we have got Mariupol from the Ukraine. We're going to be doing a lot of travelling, to be fair. Israel, the Ukraine, and Iceland. But yeah, I think probably the backups could comfortably take care of this group. That's my expectations anyway. We'll be playing a lot of the backups in these games. And you can see how those games fit into our schedule. I imagine you won't see many of them. You might be able to see one in the middle here, and then maybe we'll play the last one, depending on what's going on around about that time. But if we've qualified, which I imagine we will, I probably won't show you too much of it, to be honest. You can see that the transfer window as well closes a couple of days after the Barcelona game. I'm not going to take the episode as far as that. I don't see any comings or goings happening. If they do, you'll find out in the next episode. But I do think most of our business is done for this window. You can see not exactly the easiest of starts to a La Liga season is that you play their first 3 games, and one of them's against Real Madrid and one of them is against Barcelona. You can see if a win today would probably take us up into the European places, but it's very early to be talking about that at this moment in time. Barcelona on level points with us, so whoever wins this one goes ahead of the other one. And let's show you the team we're going to be using for this game. So here we go, this is the team we're going to use. This is probably the most full strength team we can based on injuries. Still, Pellegrini is obviously out. So Carnesecchi in goal, Cuenca and Torres at the back, with Murray and Sanchez in the wide fullback positions. Foyt just ahead of them with Berg and Zinchenko in midfield. Remember, Zinchenko played very well last time he played in central midfield for us, so hopefully he does it again today. Chukwueze coming in off the right, Esposito off the left, and Milan Vitas leading the line. He's got 4 goals so far this season for us in these 3 games. Let's see if he can get some more in this game against Barcelona. So Barcelona playing the same formation as ourselves. Let's see who is victorious in this one. We're playing in our yellow, Barcelona in their typical colours. Can we get an early lead here? The ball swung in, it's cleared away, and Memphis has the ball now, and he comes forward with it, gets past his man. Can he get a shot away? Goal, he plays it back to Fati, back to Memphis. It's a good save from Carnesecchi in the goal. Ansu Fati with the ball in midfield here. Finds Trincao out in the right. Plays it back to Eric Garcia. And back to Trincao. Nice play from Barca. Pedri hits it. And it's out for a corner kick. We're really yet to get a foothold in this match. It's like 27-28% possession. Not great, but we do have the ball here in this highlight. Maybe we could do something from it. Zinchenko finds Sanchez and Esposito now. And back to Sanchez. Let's go forward with the ball. Poor pass from him. And Memphis has it now. And Ansu Fati in behind the defence here. Can he get around the keeper? He does. It's poor positioning for Carnesecchi. And we're down 1-0. And it's a goal and from a situation that he really shouldn't have scored. It was nearly the byline was Fati there. Poor pass from Sanchez. And they're able to break away. Rodri, Pedri, Memphis and Fati here. And Fati, look, gets around the... Oh, poor defensive work from us there. And we're down 1-0. Fati with the ball, finds Memphis and gets it back now. He goes down this left-hand side. What's he going to do? Will he get the ball into the box? Plays it into Pedri, who, I thought he hit it, but he tried to pass the ball into the middle, and it was cleared away. But Fati's in behind again. It's a finish from him. And that's 2-0 to Barcelona. We're trying to claim it's offside. I don't think it was. Indeed, it wasn't. And Fati gets his second of the game. And it's 2-0 to Barcelona here, just getting in behind the defender and behind Murray. And down 2-0, and to be honest, a poor first half performance from us. It could be made worse here. Indeed it is. Ibanez with it, the former Roma man, who we were managing, and then we sold him. He's now at Barcelona and he scored against us, and it's 3-0. Maybe it doesn't matter the formation we play against these two big sides, because we lost 5-0 obviously to Real Madrid playing the 5 at the back, and now we're 3-0 down against Barcelona here as Esposito has the ball. And can he get the ball into the middle here? Give us a chance to get one back. Zinchenko, it's bounced about and Vitas has tucked that in, and surely he was in an offside position. He must have been. We'll see what the video assistant referee has to say here. Vitas has run back with the ball. He's decided it's got to be a goal. And it is a goal indeed. We'll need to watch this replay because it looked like he was miles offside here. Esposito plays it into Zinchenko. And Zinchenko... Ooh, that's close. Ter Stegen blocked it after it came off the defender and Vitas tucked it in. And it's now 3-1 here. Goal line technology is not really what we wanted to use, but we're down 3-1. We've managed to get ourselves back in the game here. Go and get revenge, I say. It doesn't seem to have worked. Sanchez having a bad game at left wing back, or left full back I should say. Robertson with another corner kick swung in, and Carnesecchi has a hold of it. And can we break away now? What's he going to do? Is he going to launch it long, or is he going to find a full back? He launches it long toward Vitas. Can he get behind the defence? He flicks it to Chukwueze. We have men in the middle if we can find them. It's in. Esposito. Oh, what a chance for him. He was offside in the end, but a good chance for us there. Manu Sanchez not having a good game at left back. So what we're going to do is we're going to put Zinchenko out there and we're going to bring on someone else in midfield. Or are we? Are we going to drop Vitas back? That could be a shout. Vitas back into the midfield. We'll bring Quinton on up front. I like that idea. And let's see how that gets on for us in this second half. We'll shout some encouragement. Vitas can obviously play midfield as well as up front, so he scored his goal today, but he'll drop back now. We'll see how he does for us in this midfield. We're going to change to the attacking mentality. We're going to go for some goals. Corner kick, Murray swings it in, and Quinton scores a goal, and he's got his third of the season. The keeper missed the punch, and with 20 minutes to go, we are back in this game, 3-2 down. Murray with the ball, swings it in, the keeper misses his punch, and Quinton's there to volley it into the goal. It's 3-2 now. And what changes should we make? There's 15 minutes to go, but let's see what happens in this highlight. Esposito with it. Well, he finds Zinchenko. He does. He goes down this left-hand side. And the ball in to Vitas. And Esposito now. And Quinton. And it's out toward Chukwueze, but it's a poor pass. But Chukwueze hits it off the crossbar. What an effort from Chukwueze there on that right-hand side. And let's see what subs we can make with 15 minutes to go. Esposito's playing poorly, so bring on Velasco to play out there. And look in the midfield, there's some poor performances in midfield as well. We'll take off Berg and bring on Suarez to play that Metzala position. Just 10 minutes to go now. One final shout of encouragement. Can we go and get ourselves an equaliser? Outstanding if we could, but the time is ticking down. It doesn't look like we're going to manage it. 5 minutes of added time. No highlights after we made those changes, and we lost 3-2. I tell you what, we came back into that game. It was a fairly even game in terms of expected goals. They had a few more shots, obviously, and a bit more of the ball, but we could very easily have come away with something in that game. But unfortunately, it's a 3-2 defeat. But that was a better performance in that game than the game against Real Madrid. We were very poor in that one. It does leave us in the bottom half of the table, but remember, we've played the two best teams in the league so far. So we'll hopefully be able to recover and work our way up. And by the time you next see us, hopefully we will be in those Champions League places. That's my aim, Champions League football this year. If we can get third, best of the rest, that'd be pretty good. Fourth I would take, because Atletico are probably a third place side, aren't they, in this league? Though if you look at them at the moment, they've lost their first 3 games of the season and they're in the relegation zone, so maybe they're not one of the best of the rest here. If you have enjoyed this video, please do leave a like on it. It really does help us out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and until the next one, which will be a few months down the line in game time, we'll see you then.